Hello, all. Welcome back to Media Madame. Tonight we have more live stories on the way in. Please make sure that you share the live. If you are watching on replay, welcome as well. Please make sure that you like and comment along the way. I do read the comments after the live as well. And I'm trying to figure out how to get the live comments to start playing when you guys watch it back on replay. I do show them on the screen though. So let's get started and we'll jump right into our first story. Hope you guys had a good holiday and everybody's safe and you're doing all the good things like enjoying after Christmas shopping. Is that still a thing? Do people still do that? I didn't see very much of it today when I went out, but let's get started. Anyway, let me make sure I cut on the comments so they appear on the screen as we go. And then we'll jump into the disclosure and right to the first story. These ones don't have sense either. So let's see. Tonight's case number 14, the title is Stability, Sugar, and Straight Lies. I did this a couple days ago, so I don't remember which stories these are. So let's see. For our disclosure, let's read that first. The stories you're about to hear are submitted anonymously and shared for commentary, education, and entertainment purposes only. No names are used, real names, unless provided, and we still don't know who they are. No parties are identified. Hopefully you can. These opinions are my own and do not constitute professional, legal, or therapeutic advice. But I do advise us to all seek therapy. It's very good for you. It teaches you how to rewire the brain and process things perfectly. Viewer discretion is at your own leisure because tonight's topic is the choices are choicing. The choices people they make free will choices. So let's go. Let's jump into the first story. So the first story is titled come on, mouse. I left peace for passion and came back pregnant. Women, you have got to be more careful. They do. Not everybody has to be pregnant all the time. Gosh. Okay. Let's see. So let's see here. When stability feels like boring, do you deserve a second chance once chaos humbles you? Of course, she was humble because she came back pregnant. Back. You came back. Okay. So here's the person writing. So boom, my man wasn't exciting, no sparks, no drama, no adrenaline, but he was solid. I'm reading it how it's written. We had a house, food on the table, bills paid without arguments, and I convinced myself that that was boring. I wanted passion, I wanted excitement, I wanted to chase a dream. So I left him and moved to Atlanta to pursue my film career because everybody said I was one audition away. Atlanta said, girl, sit down. Auditions dried up, money ran out, friends disappeared. The next thing I know, I'm surviving instead of dreaming, doing things I swore I never do just to keep the lights on. Then life humbled me all the way down. I got pregnant. Now I want to go back home, back to safety, back to the man I left when he loved me. But here's the twist. He moved on, he's dating, and I'm standing here trying to figure out how to win my man I walked away from when life was easy. So tell me, do I deserve grace or did I gamble stability and lose? So, mm, mm. so I don't think, let me hold your hand when I say this. And you're lucky it's just me tonight. Listen, you already know the answer, okay? Because you ask it in your question. You said, do I deserve grace or did I gamble stability and lose? In the comments, no, he moved on. You gave it. You gave the answer in your story. He's moved on. He's dating. If he's the man that you said he was when he was with you, I'm pretty sure somebody else is enjoying that boring life of complete stability, no drama, and just a beautiful life. I'm pretty sure that if you had just talked to him, you probably could have pursued some of those things while still being with him. You wanted to chase adventure. You got out there, you got your feet wet. I mean, unfortunately, it did not go well, but that's what happens when you gamble. You gambled your what seems like a dream life, but it wasn't your dream. And that's okay. That wasn't your dream. But did you gamble and lose? Of course you did. Because now you're pregnant and you have nothing and you're trying to return and turn this man into something that he's not. He's not going to leave who he's dating for you. And I don't think it would be fair of you to disrupt his life as well and give him your sob story and let him know that you need somewhere to live and that you're pregnant and all of these things. I suggest reaching out to family and seeing if they can help and then going forward and making better decisions. But as for that man, I don't think you don't get to ask him to trust you when you left without caring about his feelings. Exactly. I don't think that that is fair. And some people, the saying is out there, a closed mouth never gets fed. Well, you don't know unless you ask. Well, there's something that actually trumps that because there are certain things that should not be asked out of respect for the other person. If they are comfortable, stable, have moved on, and they're living their life, you don't have the right to disrupt somebody else's life because a closed mouth don't get fed. Ask for things that are tangible, ask for things that make sense, ask for things that are respectful of the other person. Unfortunately, entering back into this man's life is nothing respectful about that because you said he's moved on and he is dating. So my final answer is, do I deserve grace? You do, and God will give you grace. God will give you grace. Grace doesn't include creating drama, trauma, or any of those things in somebody else's life. Grace for you will never be um, tormenting to somebody else. It won't. Your grace won't interfere somebody else's blessing. And it sounds like he got a blessing and he's dating and he has moved on because you said it. He's moved on. So let him stay there. It's not a twist, it's reality. So start over with you and your baby and do great things for you. And the next time the opportunity becomes available to have somebody love on you and for you to love on them, give them the love that that person deserves. But I don't believe in being with anybody. You said he's boring. He's not, you wouldn't be going back to him because you want him. You said no sparks. You specifically said my man wasn't exciting, no sparks, no drama, no adrenaline. You got everything that you asked for. So I guess actually you didn't gamble and lose. You got what you asked for. Be careful what you ask for and be careful how you get it. So that is it on that one. Next case. Let's see. Next story. Oh boy. Okay. Next story is I was replaced by a toy and my ego is in shambles. If money kept you comfortable, were you really ever replaceable? That's the next story. Yep, no twist. So don't get him to. There it is. Don't twist his life around. And I 900% agree. Don't mess up his life, please. Leave him alone. Don't even let him know you're pregnant. Don't let him know nothing. Go to your family. And I don't know if you know who the family of the baby is because you said you did things you would never have thought you would do. So I can only put two and two together from an Atlanta perspective, no different than if you were here in LA. I would assume that's what you mean. Because you're not talking about being with the father. And you didn't mention the father. It was get pregnant, go back to him. So, sorry. Okay, next story. I need help, like immediately. I had a sugar daddy. He told me I brought life back into him. Said his woman was tired, kids, work, stress, all of it. All things were good. Money was flowing. Bills were paid. I thought I had leverage. Then his woman brought him a toy. One toy. Now my calls go unanswered. My texts stay on red. And my bank account is looking like it's on life support. I can't compete. I have no leverage. And now I'm broke and embarrassed. My ego is crushed. My pride is wounded. And my rent is due. So Be honest. Was I ever special or was I just convenient? Okay, so, okay. Okay, so if your pride gets damaged and your pride is wounded because somebody else's husband stopped telling you that you were amazing because the wife was wifing, kids, work, stress, all of it. She was tired. So if that's how your pride was built, then I'm about to crush it a little bit more. So since you ask, okay, since you ask, or was I just convenient, like a convenience store? You are absolutely convenient. You filled a gap. You did not have any responsibilities. You didn't have anything to do. He owed nothing to you, which is why he can jump and take it away. He does not owe you anything. He does not have to warn you. He does not have to let you down easy. He doesn't have to see how you feel. He doesn't have to check and see if you have your next rent. He doesn't have to do anything. When you are messing with somebody that is married, they can literally jump up mid-sex and say, I'm done. And then what biblical, moral, logical recourse do you have? They don't belong to you. They can go back home or do whatever they need to at any time. You were fun. And you were fun while it lasted, like an amusement park. The season pass ran out and he went back home. What I would have done if I were you, see, this is what I don't understand about you young girls and just people, period. This is what I don't understand. If you're dealing with somebody who is married, man or woman, for me, the benefits would be great. They would be great. They would be exactly what you were getting. You got money, you got gifts, you got your head pumped up. That's the part I will push out though. I don't do love bombing. You're not going to make me feel like I'm special because I'm different than your wife or your girlfriend or your baby mama, and your issues that you're telling me you having with her is that she has the kids, she's worked, and she's stressed out. So you want to come fuck on me. Mm-mm. Sounds like you need a babysitter. She needs to stop working so hard, and you guys need to balance out your stress so that you have more time to be together. Well, she balances shit out of the stress because she pays attention to her husband and she bought a toy, and now he doesn't need you. He never said he was leaving his wife. So what you should have done is while he was giving you all that money and stuff, you should have been making sure that you was putting it up, that you was right. He has a woman. Scandalous women stop thinking that a man that goes home is your exactly. They have a home and a marriage. So what you should have did, because he was aware of how much he could play with you. Um, you should have been saving some of that money, because if you were doing all of these things before he came along, then him paying your rent was extra, right? So every time he paid your rent, you should have put what you would have paid for your rent. You should have put it up. You should have put it up. You should have never been walking around like you were better than that other woman. That's why your pride is crushed now. When he walked away, it would have been like, okay, it was fun while it lasted, and move on and do whatever. There should have been zero attachment to that man at all periods whatsoever. Should it mess with your pride? You've already established that it did. It wounded your pride because you thought that you could compete. You can't. You can't. People cannot compete with other people, period. Notice I didn't say man or woman. People cannot compete with other people. You offer different things, and sometimes this one offers this and this one offers this, and have them together makes a whole hundred. However, the things you have to do to navigate that space reduces the value of the hundred that you can even get. So I don't know why people do it. However, he got away free and clear. He played with you for a little bit. It cost him a lot of money. Cheating is a rich man's sport. And then when he was done with you, he left. He don't text you back. He don't answer your calls, and your bank account is on life support. So no, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think you were ever special to him. You will be special to the man that is for you, but you're not special to him. Mm-mm, not at all. And we're not going to be special to every man that we date either. You will be special to the one that is for you. I think that you need to get into financial literacy. It's no way I would have had money running through my hands like that and not came out better. It's no way I would have milked that entire situation. You have no pride being this guy. You don't. That's why your pride was based on feeling better than the other woman, but he really didn't give you a reason to feel better than the other woman. He just gave you some gifts and bought you for a little bit. So now his money in the vending machine has run out. He stopped pushing the buttons and he's done. So the question was I ever special or just convenient? No, you were not special. Yes, you were convenient. Next time, make your convenience be very profitable, which it should have been. That's on you. He paid you. You didn't take the money. So, and do what you should have done with it. Let's see. Story number 3. These girls, these young girls, some of them are very smart. Okay. Then there's the ones that as soon as he stopped giving you money, you don't have none. And I don't know how you don't have none when you was doing it before he came. So why you don't have it? You should have been stacking up money like crazy and living your best life and getting everything you pointed at. Gonna pay me for my sins. It's just me though. Let's see. Next story. Think I have. This is the last one. I only did 3 for today. So I just wanted to jump on real quick. So, story number 3. It is, I lied about being engaged and karma collected fast. Can you demand loyalty when you started with deception? No, you can't. I mean, you can do whatever you want. And can you? Yes. Should you? You should shut the fuck up. Let's see. Story. I told her I was engaged. I wasn't. But I said it was because I wanted her to compete. I wanted her to prove she was better than my so-called fiance. It doesn't exist. And it worked. She showed up, worked hard, loved loud, did everything right. I started thinking, yeah, I'd really leave my fiance for her. Then karma clocked in. She cheated on me with my so-called friend. Now I miss her, but I don't want to lose face by reaching out. Because how do you explain heartbreak when you started the relationship with a lie? So tell me, do I swallow my pride and tell her the truth, or do I accept that I fumbled a woman who never even really knew me? So the question, let me answer the question first, right? Communication. Answer the question first. Do I swallow my pride and tell the truth? Or do I accept that I fumbled a woman who never even knew the real me? So to me, the answer is your so-called friend, because your friend knew you didn't have a fiance. So they went ahead and said, so you modeled her for your friend. And then your friend sideswiped you, swiper love swiper, because you couldn't tell the truth. And if you did, you would actually look even worse, and if he would look even better. Okay, so I don't think you should swallow your pride, because what is up with this word pride for tonight? I don't think you should have any pride. I think that you should be embarrassed because you're a liar. You created a whole person. You really said to yourself, I started thinking, yeah, I'd really leave my fiance for her. You don't have a fiance though. I don't understand. Is something wrong with you? I think you need to go to therapy. Yes, therapy. You should go to therapy, because I need to understand how you made up a fictitious fiance, had her competing with the fiance, and then convinced yourself you would leave her for your fiance. But there's no fiance. I think you should have your head examined. I think you should leave her alone. That's what I think you should do. Um, if you tell her the truth, it's not going to be swallowing your pride. If you tell her the truth, she's probably going to cuss you the entire hell out. That's what she's probably going to do. She's probably going to cuss you out because of what you put her through and let you know how crazy she thinks you are. That's what she's going to do. Um, do I accept that I fumbled a woman who never even knew the real me? I don't really think you fumbled her. I think you set her up and got prepared to table in front of her enemy because you're her enemy. But unfortunately, you're your own enemy as well. What kind of person with their right sense would do something like that? I think that you need help. Yes, the people that, or the men, because in all of the stories so far, it's been a man who has done something where they're like lying to a woman and convincing them or trying to break up with them, trying to psychologically manipulate the situation instead of just doing better as themselves. I'm sad that you don't think that you're good enough to have gotten her to do those things without that. Because truth be told, she's probably not even competing. She probably just did it to show you that she's a good person because she assumed you were um, somebody who was interested in marriage. So she probably was just showing you who she was as a wife and would have done those things as a girlfriend and all of those things anyway. But because you needed your ego fed, that's why you did it. So you kind of tricked yourself out of receiving it's the imaginary fiance for me. And that he convinced himself that he would leave the fiance for her. Like, I think that you need to, I think you need to talk to a professional because I don't see you stopping because of how you asked the question. Should I apologize to her for doing that to her? Should I come clean because that wasn't the right thing to do and look at where it landed me? Should I, like, those are ownership questions. Those are ownership questions. You're not asking an ownership question. You're asking a question that you think will get you back in there with her to get her when you don't deserve her. You betrayed her and you lied to her straight out of the gate and thought that you were manipulating a situation. See, most nice people, we don't need a reason to do something. But when we identify that you are taking advantage of us or you think you're manipulating a situation, or we notice that every time you need something, you have to tell us a whole story about it, or there has to be some semantics or some drama or an urgency or something like that. Um, those of us that have been to therapy and work around people and just have really paid attention because social media is available, we can kind of clock those things now. And when we do, it's an insult because how dare you? Because I would have done these same things, but you feel like on your side, you manipulated a situation or you got bitches fighting over you. We'll leave you alone because who do you think you are? I would have did that anyway. Like you are focused on the wrong thing and you're not the person that I would want to even associate with. Leave her alone big. Leave her alone big. And if you see her out with your, like, you, what did you call them? Let me put on my Miss Doubtfires. Hold on. Let's see. You said she, with my so-called friends. So leave the friend alone too. Okay. Because leave them alone. It's no need for you to make them feel bad or anything like that. Like they did something to you when your friend is going to bust you out as a liar. So just walk away and start fresh. That's not your friend. She's not for you. Leave her alone. Thank goodness that in all of that, she found somebody and he found somebody. And I think you should let it go because I kind of don't understand what's wrong with you. I don't understand at all. Yeah, so my final answer is to get therapy, leave her alone, and figure out why you have to have this control effect to determine how a relationship should go based on lies and hunger games versus courting and getting to know somebody and authentically falling in like or love with somebody. So, yeah. Okay. You guys want to hear one more? I got one. Let's see. This one is called Listen, I had this one translated. This one is I slept with my coworker's dad for revenge. This one is actually from San Bernardino County. The letter, it says, I already know I sound crazy, but hear me out. I worked at Amazon warehouse in San Bernardino. I became friends with a girl on my shift. We talked every day, ate lunch together. I even told her about the guy I was dealing with. Later, she tells me she likes him too. Another coworker. I told her straight up, I'm already sleeping with him. Don't cross that line. She did it anyway. I cut her off, or at least I thought I did. The girl went looking for revenge. She found my Facebook and went through my friends list and landed on my dad. She liked every picture he ever posted, old ones, family ones, everything. She slid in his inbox. Then she came to me and said, I got you back. My dad started paying her bills, rent, phone, car note. They started sleeping together. One day she called him and I'm at his house and she realizes I'm there. Nobody says anything. Now she's telling people I'm weird. My family is embarrassed. I feel sick, angry, humiliated all at once. Was I wrong? And how do I even respond without making it worse? um, it sounds like she wants to be in your skin. That's what it sounds like because y'all became cool at work. Y'all start vibing together. She tells you she thinks a guy is cute. You then say, oh, I'm already sleeping with him. So, leave him alone. She sleeps with him anyway. You get mad and cut her off for sleeping with the guy you was dating or dealing with. She then takes it up a step and makes sure work and home is bad because she then goes through your Facebook, finds your dad, sugar daddies him up. And then tells you she got you back because you stopped talking to her. I think you should alert HR. I think you should because that's scary as shit. And that's San Bernardino. If anybody wants to know how bad San Bernardino is, look it up. And when you look it up on your computer, wear a bulletproof vest and a helmet as you look it up. It's not very safe. I believe this stuff can come through the computer. So do some sage and all of that because it's not very safe. I think you should be more concerned with your dad too. Okay, so you need to contact HR so that they know to keep that girl far, far away from you. Then you need to also have a conversation with your dad because if your dad is paying rent, phone, car note, and bills, throat punch him if he owes your mama back child support. If he ever didn't show up for you, and if he don't help you right now, because I'm not gonna say the Amazon warehouse is bad, but I have heard the one in San Bernardino is not good. So if your daddy not doing half of that for you, you need to have a conversation with your daddy. And then you need to get that girl smooth the hell away from you. Your dad is grown, and yes, let them know. Yes, the dad is grown. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's a big age gap. I'm pretty sure. So that dad is a sugar daddy to her. You also have to let your dad know that you know this girl and how you know the girl. That way he could know that was on some revenge type shit. And make sure as a consolation prize, he starts paying at least your phone and your car note without saying a word. Because if you just met somebody and did that for her, I got questions. But dads from certain counties like San Bernardino, LA, everywhere but Orange County, they don't pay their child support. They don't really much help the mamas. So now that you know your dad has money, think of it as a blessing. Okay. Now that you know your dad has money to do those type of things, I got you, girl. Yep. Now that you know that Daddy Warbucks has money, make sure you tell Daddy Warbucks you're ready. And he could pay your car note and your phone every month. Hmm. Unless you don't have sense and you're one of those people that's pulling up to the Amazon warehouse and just started working there, but you really got a Mercedes with a CPN number. I'm sorry, I got to cover all the areas because this is San Bernardino we talking about. And I just cannot be putting poor Paw Paw into debt. But if you got money to do all of this for her, get your shit on the way out. Your family is embarrassed. Why are they embarrassed? It must be a huge age gap. That's why I thought they was a little bit younger. Now she's telling the people I'm weird. My family is embarrassed. I feel sick and angry and humiliated at once. Yeah, you're not the weird one. Your family shouldn't be embarrassed. Whatever story that they're telling her, they should take your word for it. And you need to let your family know that y'all got a stalker. If you in San Bernardino and you know, like I know, your family needs to know. People might need to pick you up from work or something just to make sure you're safe and stuff. Hmm. Was I wrong and how do I respond? Yes, you respond by telling HR because she wants to wear your skin. That's what you do. And you also respond by telling your dad so he at least knows. And if he decides to move forward, make sure he stops taking care of her and starts taking care of you. Otherwise, my family would be a little more embarrassed. They will be a little more embarrassed because I would set it off. That's just me. So that is it. That is our last story for tonight, not the Amazon warehouse worker. Mm. Anyway, that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed your holiday and you continue to enjoy your holiday. What's up? New Year's Eve is up next. So grown up time for those of you that are going out, please be safe. Yes, we will be doing shows all next week, but I know that some people might be partying tonight and tomorrow with their families as well. So I'm doing right after Christmas because people got to fly back and get back to work. So if that is you and your family, continue to enjoy your time with your family. The journal coloring books are on sale on Amazon through the end of the year for $12.99. Please make sure that you buy all of them. They're still great gifts throughout the year and they are capable of being used in any year. They are not dated. So that is it. Join us on Monday at 7 for more stories as we deep dive. And thank you to the people that have sent inboxes and want true crime stories. That's what I've been asked for. So I'm looking for them that can be short and not scare the entire hell out of everybody. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on the way out. Thank you again for joining and have an amazing night. Good night.